Raven and Rhett's relationship has undergone violent fluctuations, from initial misunderstandings and concealments to eventual confession and acceptance. Can they overcome their inner conflicts to face external challenges together? Who is the mysterious figure that Raven encounters during her late-night run, and how will it affect the fate of Raven and Rhett? Are you ready to dive into the thrilling world of Raven and her wolf pack? Subscribe now to join the hunt. The truth can be ABTCH. That night I was very confused. My wolf had control that whole day. I barely remember anything. Everything was just scrambled. I do know that Rhett was there. I also remember he didn't have a shirt on. I have no idea why, but I feel like there is more that meets the eye. I don't know how I'm gonna figure out what happened, but I will. It's now 2 in the afternoon and I'm waking up with a terrible headache. I've felt like this before. I feel drained. A shower would probably help. Before going into the bathroom, I plug up my iPhone and play U2 so I can relax while showering. I go into the bathroom, and I see blood in my sink and on the wall of my tub. I soon get flashbacks of me in wolf form. There's blood everywhere and body parts on the ground. I push it aside and finish my shower. I get out and get dressed and I go downstairs. I see Cole and I get another flashback. I see him and another male on my couch. I remember myself being naked. Cole, can you come here for a second? Yeah, what's up? He says in a very shaky voice what happened yesterday. I really need to know. My head can't put everything together. Well, you came home bloody last night and naked. And well, you killed Brad. Rhett said he saw you and that Brad cheated and challenged you. You should ask Rhett the rest. He says, looking worried. Well, I'll go over there now. I say, walking away. I knock on the door, and John answers the door. He looks at me as if he knows something. John, where's Rhett? He's in his room with Brisa. You can go up there. His room is the last door on the hall. I walk up there into the room and I see Brisa on top of Rhett. He has his hands on her hips and they are making out. Ahem. They look up at me and stop. She doesn't get off him, but he sits up and he doesn't have a shirt on. Raven. Why are you here? I then start to see his abs again, but we are in my room. He has on sweats and the room is dark. Look. I need to talk to you like right fucking now, so Brisa, get your ass off him and out the room. She looks at me and gives me a glare. Rhett tells her it's okay and she gets up. So what did you wan? What the fuck happened last night? Cole said I killed Brad. I found blood in my bathroom. Also, I keep getting flashbacks, you say. About what? You didn't have a shirt on and I was in wolf form half the whole day. He then gets out the bed, and he has on the sweats I remember seeing him in. The sweats hang off his hips and I see a black mark on his hip with even more black marks near it. I can't see the whole thing, just the top, and it has a point on it. Rhett, what's that? On your hip. What? Oh, that's a tattoo I got a year ago. Let me see it. What? No, it's old and I don't like showing people. I'm not taking no for an answer. I walk toward him and he walks backwards. I jump on him and he tries to fight me off. I get a hold of his sweats and I pull down to see the tattoo. He grabs my hand and tosses me off the bed. It all then comes back to me. Last night, I took off his shirt and his hip glowed. It glowed when I touched him. I look up and see Rhett breathing heavily. No. That can't be. What? No. I soon feel myself hitting the ground and crying. My arrow then starts to glow through my shirt and Thomas busts through the door with John behind him. Sis, what's wrong? It's him. That means he knew. OMG, Cole knew. How could I not know? I'm out of breath and I can feel myself getting anger. Rhett? I growled. He wouldn't even look at me. You're my mate and you wouldn't even tell me. I hear gasp and see John and Tom looking at Rhett. You ran from me. You lied to me. You bring your girlfriend around. You do all this knowing we are mates. I yell at him. I feel myself changing and losing control. I can feel anger all around me. I walk out and I can hear them all following me. I shift and I run home. Cole. I yell while shifting back. He walks out and see me and looks a little scared. I start to see members of my pack come out, including his mate Stacy. I can see they followed me from Rhett's house too. I walk up to him and I push him. I can feel my canines coming out perfectly. Who the fuck do you think you are? Huh? You lied to me. You're alpha. What type of person do you Rye? What's going on? What did Cole do? Stack says, a little taken back. Stacy. Go? In? The? House. I say, not trying to be mean toward my friend. Soon my beta Shane and Tikval walk out trying to get everyone back in the house, even Stack, but she won't go. I look her in the eyes and I let my alpha powers take control. Within seconds she has her head tilt to the side, letting me know I have control. She looks at her mate and then walks away. Raven, I don't understand what you're talking about. You don't understand. You lied. To me. You're alpha, your friend. I say, pushing him. Rhett was it all along and you bastards never told me about it. You out of all people knew how I felt about the rejection, and to find out he was in my face the whole fucking time. I say, pushing him again, even harder this time. Look, Ra. Alpha, it wasn't like that. I tried to get him to tell you, but he said no. He didn't want you. I just wanted you to be happy. Happy? Do I look fucking happy to you? I growl. I then grab his collar, ready to bite his face off. Raven. You must stop. He is a pack member. Don't do this in front of these people. Just give him his punishment later. If you want, me and Val can handle it. Says Shane. I look at him, then at Cole. I put him down and they take him away. I turn and see Rhett with a face full of shame and regret. He looks at me and walks forward. He reaches for me, but I take a step back. I can feel myself getting angrier just from him being around. I shift and take off running, masking my scent so I couldn't be followed. I don't know where I'm gonna go, but I know it's far from here. I can hear the faint voices of everyone slowly disappearing. I had ran so much and was hurting, but I wasn't gonna let that stop me. I ran a few more paces until I smelled a familiar smell. I went toward it, and it was the place Rhett had brought me on our date. I looked around but saw no one. I took this as my chance to go take a dip in the lake. After that I went and sat on the small slide that was there. I was out of it. All I could think about was that the boy that's been in my face for the past year was my mate. He never even cared. My best friend knew and didn't even tell me. It all hit me at once. He never wanted me and never will. I don't know what to say. The people we love and have grown to love have done nothing but lied to us. It's like they never cared about how we would feel. Like they didn't think we would find out. We need to choose better friends. I know we do, Cleo, but it's nothing we can do about it now. Clap, 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 clap. I look up to see a man, but not just any man, the man from the date. What do we have here? What happened? Did the pretty wolf get into a fight with her boyfriend? Ha ha ha, you really should pick better friends, darling. What do you want? I growl. I stand up and don't even realize I have no clothes on. Well, I know what I want, but for no, you are all we got. We? What we was he talking about? I then feel a bag go over my head. I tried to wiggle out of it, but it was no use. They then stick a needle in my arm and I was out. I could feel myself being picked up, but to where I have no clue. I wake up feeling horrible. My head hurts and I can't move my body because it hurts so much. I look up and see I'm in a cage. I have chains around my wrist. I look around and have no clue where I am. I see people in front of me. They are just staring at me. Who are you and what do you want from me? I say, hoping to get someone to speak up. Well, look who's up, and since you asked so nicely. My name is Justin. This guy to my left is Vincent. To my right we have Brandon. You should remember him, you broke his shoulder the last time we saw you. Now your name, miss. I look up at Brandon and it starts to come back to me. I did break his shoulder. I hope he doesn't try anything because of a simple misunderstanding. Alpha Raven Holland Woods. Now why did you take me? Do you not know who I am? So we have an alpha female. Justin says. I say nothing, I just look at him. I then realize I have clothes on that weren't there before. Which one of you dressed me? I did. Look, all we want is to talk to Rhett. When your boyfriend comes to get you, we will let you go. Nobody here wants to hurt you or will. Says Justin. Wait, I thought that I could get her back for what she did to me. You said I fucking could. Brandon says angrily. Well, you're right, I did say that. So miss, he will try his best to do whatever he wants to you, but only when Vincent or I are not around. Why, you can't let him do that. He deserved what he got. He put his hands on me. You don't hit females. You know what? Let him. I do warn you though, if I get out of these chains in front of him, he won't live to see another day, so you better make sure they are tight. I say, hoping he gets the message. I'm fully capable of killing him because of what my parents taught me. They laugh. They won't be when I get out of these chains. Miss, how old are you? Got any siblings? Vincent asks. He seems nice, doesn't talk much either. I'm 20. I have an older brother who is 24. How old are you guys, since we are here having a normal convo? I'm 31. I was 23 when I meet Rhett. Brandon is 25. Vincent is 30. That's been enough chit-chat. Let's go, boys. Oh, and Raven, if you play nice you can come out of the cage, but we'll have a guard. With that they all left me here. I now wish I hadn't ran like I did, or at least ran to that place. I'm pretty sure it's the next day already. I can't mind link my pack for some reason. It's like they aren't there anymore. What have they done to me? Why me? Does anyone even care? I soon start to feel my eyes start to close. Sleep then consumes me. I wake up the next morning and I see Brandon. He has a plate of food with him. He opens the cage and sits in front of me. He takes the fork and picks up some eggs and puts it near my mouth. I open and eat it. I haven't eaten since the day before, so these eggs were like heaven in my mouth. Hey, I know that you think I'm gonna do something to you, but I'm not. I just try to act all tough in front of my brother Vincent. I'm sorry I hit you last time we saw each other. He apologized. I forgive him, but I'm still gonna keep an eye on him. So Raven, tell me about yourself. I did just that. I told him everything. Mostly because I didn't want anything bad to happen to me. He even said that he wished that he didn't have to be here, but he couldn't leave. He said he would help me get out, and he would come with me, and I told him that it was a great idea. We talked for hours until his brother came in and told him to leave. About 10 minutes later he took me out of the cage, and took me upstairs to a room. The room looked to be for a girl, like it was just furnished. This is your room now. You've been in that cage for 3 days, so here you go. The windows are locked from the outside so they can't be opened. The door locks from the outside so you can't leave. Good day, he said with no emotion. I sat on the bed. It had red silk sheets. I laid back on it. It felt great on my body. I haven't felt a bed in a while. I get up and I go into the bathroom. I have this huge tub with a shower next to it. I walk out into the closet and see loads of clothes just for me. I look at the room and can't understand why this was done. I then see a note on the desk. Dear Miss, this will be your room. We went out and bought you some clothes. Everything you need is in that room except food, which will be brought to you. Like I said, we don't wish to harm you, just talk to Rhett. Truly just wow, I can't believe this. If they want him, why take me? Oh right, they think I'm his girlfriend. I soon hear a knock and in comes Brandon. Hey Raven. Justin wants to talk to you. Rhett's POV. I can't believe this Raven's been gone for 3 days now. Nobody knows where she can be. Thomas's arrow was glowing all day yesterday and the day before. Now it's not and we can't figure out why. Maybe she was hurt, but it's better. That doesn't explain why she hasn't contacted anybody. Her pack can't even mind link her. It's like she's blocked or something. I've sent out search parties and everything, but still nothing. We need to find her. I need to find her. I know she probably hates me right now, but she'll get over it. I can't let anything happen to her. All day I've been restless, and I don't know what to do with myself. Right now, since we have no trace of where she may be, all I can do is pace around her office looking for a clue that could lead me to her. While looking, the door opens and Brisa comes in. Hey Rhett, I really don't see what the issue is with her being gone for 3 days. If she is hurt, I'm pretty sure she would have told us in some way. She says, looking at me with a smirk, what are you trying to say, Brisa? Huh? Well, if she is gone and doesn't want you, I was thinking maybe we could give us a try. I mean, we have a lot in common and are already on a kissing basis. What did you just say? Are you fucking kidding me? I want my mate. She wants me too, and I know that. And don't you think she could talk to us? She would. You know what, leave right now. You have no right in her office. Rhett, please don't do th, I said, go now. With that she stormed out. I can't believe she would say such things. I put that to the back of my mind and I start to look around again. I went through a dresser and still found nothing. Maybe her room will have something. I walk into her room and automatically remember the night her wolf was in control. She ripped my shirt off and was so close to me. She had no clue how bad I wanted her. I wanted to act, but I couldn't. I'm glad I didn't. I wanted us to be on the same page before anything like that happened. I got my focus back and I looked around some more, then I saw it. The shirt. Then I thought to myself about the night she got it. Was there a legit reason she slept in my shirt? Did she already like me without feeling the connection? Then I realize where we were when she got my shirt. My happy place. If she's not in her normal places, then she must have went to my place. I can't believe I didn't realize it before. What's mine is hers, so it's her place too. Since we've figured this out, can we go get my mate now? I'm pretty sure she wants to see us. I run downstairs as fast as I can. You guys, I know where she is. I scream, where is she? They all say together, just follow me. I thought you said she was here, Rhett. Says Shane. I swear she show. Wait, do you guys smell that? Yeah, I has smell her scent. Cole said. Okay, look guys, how about we come back tomorrow? We can start fresh and look for her right away. Shane says no. I'm gonna look for her now. This is my fault and I need to fix it. With that I ran toward her scent. I didn't know if anybody went back home or stayed, but whether they did or not didn't concern me. I had to find my mate and make everything right. I know I didn't want her before, but seeing her happy with Brad made me see my true feelings for her. I can't lose her now that I'm so close to her. It's been about 2 hours since I left everybody. I still have her scent, but I smell something else and I can't distinguish what or who it is. I think I've smelt it before but on Raven. I keep walking until I came to a motel. I went and got a room and stayed there. My night was filled with silence. My own mind was empty. I guess by keeping a clear mind I can be more ready to find her. I just hope she forgives me. She has too. Next morning I woke up and left toward her scent once again. I had a clear sense of what I was getting myself into, so I went to wherever I could smell her and the other smell. I had been walking for about 30 minutes when I heard my phone ring. Hello. It's Tom. Have you gotten anything? Tell us where you are so we can meet you. Yeah, I'm 30 minutes past a motel called Motel More. Okay, we'll be there in a few. Please don't go anywhere, Rhett. I wanna find my sister just as much as you do. I hung up my phone and I sat there waiting, then Brisa texted me. From Brisa: Hey Rhett. I'm coming along with everybody else. I kinda feel bad for what I said yesterday. After we find her I'm leaving back home, so I'll see you in a few. Love, Bri. To be honest I can care less what she does. After saying those words to me the other day I just said fuck her in general. That's just how my mind works. If you can't handle the heat, get out the kitchen. After about 20 minutes they pull up in a van. Out of the van pops Val, Cole, Stack, Tom, and Bri. Shane and John had to stay behind to take care of the Pax houses. Well guys, I caught her scent and we head this way. There are some other scents with hers and I don't know who they are, but I think whoever they belong to are with Rye. Let's go. We soon began walking to find her. On our way we ask people if they have seen her, but not one person has, and all it's doing is frustrating me a lot. We decide to go into this store called Vulpix Rose. This store was a clothes store. I looked through some stuff to see if Raven would like any of it. I found some stuff and bought it. When leaving the store I smell that weird scent again, but it's fresh like it's close. I leave everyone and walk toward the smell. I then overhear a guy talking on the phone. You said she needed what again? Pads. Wait, tampons. Or just put her on the phone. Yes, Rye, what do I pick you up? Okay, tampons. And before he could finish his sentence I jump out in front of him and growl. He looks up at me scared. He then runs back to his car. I start to stalk him. He locks the doors and yells something into the phone. I go to reach for the door, but Brisa comes out of nowhere, calls for me to come quick. I ignore her and punch the glass window in, and Cole comes and yells my name. I turn around and the guy speeds off before I could do anything else. I run back to them. Cole, what's the matter? I found one of the guys that was with Raven, even said her nickname. Well, the guy that works here said 3 guys came here and asked for them to find clothes to fit a girl. We showed them a picture and they said it was her. They have videotapes, Rhett. I didn't know what to say. This might help us even more if we know what the guys look like. We put the tape on and I see the face I never wanted to see. It was the guy from that night I took Raven out. I should have known he had something to do with it. We leave the store and head in the direction the guy took off. The guy I saw wasn't in the video, so he must work for them. The guy left skid marks on the street, so we followed that until there was a dirt road. Guys, I know where we are. Brisa says, a little disorientated. What do you mean you know where we are, Brisa? Stack say, a little agitated. I mean, I used to live a couple miles down from here. I know that because that tree over there I fell out of and broke my arm, then wrote my crush's name on it. We all look at the tree and see her name and some guy named Brandon. Who's Brandon? Tom asked. Well, he should be Rhett's age now, and well, I liked him, but never got to tell him, because I moved with my mom at the age of 14. Well, it seems that we came here for a reason, so let's go see if Brandon still lives here. I said. We head to the street she lived on and I smelled her. I smelled Raven, she was close to me. I've never been so happy in my life. We stop at the house she lived in and it was empty. We decided to stay there and make a plan on what to do next. Well, they made a plan, I had a plan of my own, and that meant killing the one who took her. It's around midnight, so I decided to go smell around to find where she's at. I walk around making sure not to be seen, when it hits me like a smack to the face. I sneak around a house and I see her. She's looking out a window. She then smiles and walks away from the window. I then take little rocks and throw them at her window. Gosh, I feel like I'm in high school again, sneaking girls out their windows to hook up at night. She then walks back to the window and looks down. Instead of fangirling like I hoped she would, she just looked at me with wide eyes and shoos me away. Does she not want to be helped? She then points behind me and I turn around and get knocked in the head before losing consciousness. All that matters, Raven POV. I was just to go to bed when I heard a noise. I went to my window and saw something. It was Rhett. Why was he here? Where is everybody else? Did he come to rescue me? I couldn't believe my eyes. I didn't know what to do. I got scared for him, so I shooed him off, but it was too late. The guy that went to the store for me today was behind him, and he knocked him out. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't leave my room unless someone was with and I wasn't allowed outside. Knock, knock, knock. Raven. Open the door. I had the door locked since the other day cause I didn't like them being able to come into the room when they wanted to. The only one I let in my room was Brandon. He made me feel safe-ish. Why? I'm not in the mood for company, I'm trying to go to bed. Next thing you know, my door opens and it's Vincent. Look, you need to come with me right now, no buts or nothing. He says without emotion. He then puts a blindfold on me and grabs my arm and yanks me out the room very harsh-like. I'm not the one to be manhandled, I don't like it at all. Why did you come get me? Where is Brandon? Why didn't he come get me? He never said anything, just pulled me harder. Oh, you're hurting me, Vince. I don't think you want to keep doing that. I have very bad anger issues that I could let you see now. Be fucking gentle. He then got the picture and let my arm go a little, but still enough to keep me near him. We walk for a while until we get into a room and I can smell Rhett. To be honest, I still hate him, but him coming to get me just made it all go away. I knew I had feelings, but I just pushed them to the back of my mind and never thought about it again. The door was opened and I felt the blindfold coming off, and I saw him tied up in the cage I woke up in a couple of days ago. Justin and Brandon were standing next to it, and some other guy that I didn't know. Vince soon followed toward them. I stood there confused about why I was down here. So I see your BF came and found you. I never thought he would do it. He is a dick after all. I hated the fact that he kept calling him my BF. Just the other day I wanted to kill him. He's not my BF, but I don't see why I'm down here. Well, we need you to wake him up. When he wakes, we'll give you two some time to speak, and then we are coming to get you both. All four of them left me in the room and that was it. I didn't know what to do. If I had to wake him up, I had no clue how to do so. I walked over to the cage and opened the doors. He laid there unconscious. I walked up to him and poked him in the side. He never moved, so I decided to go with a different approach, so I smacked him. It didn't work the first time, but after about 3 more he woke up. Rhett, are you okay? That was the only thing I could get out of my mouth. He looked up at me for a bit, and then looked around the room and sat up. He rubbed the back of his head and then spoke. "Raven, are you okay?" He grabbed me by my face looking very worried. "They didn't hurt you, did they?" "No, they didn't. They gave me my own room and clothes and stuff." "Wait, why are you here?" He looked at me, then at my lips. I felt the need to kiss him, so I pulled myself from his grasp. He then looked down. "I'm here because I let you go. I should have followed you after what happened. I didn't think it would come to this. I really didn't want to talk about what happened, but I know it's gonna have to happen, so why not now? Look, Raven, I should have been there from the beginning, starting the night at the ball. I ran 'cause I was scared. I was looking so forward to having a mate that was normal, and then I find out it was you. The sparks and the marks scared me. When I saw what me doing did to you, I wanted to tell you, but I didn't know how to. That's why Cole planned that date. All the memories are coming back, and it's making tears form, but I won't let them come out. After I found out you had a BF, I went crazy. I went and found a girl to be my fake girl to make you jealous, but realized it was a bad idea, and then you did what you did to him, and you came onto me, and then the touching me, and then the glowing. I couldn't hold it in anymore. You have no clue how much I wanted to kiss you and drain away all your sorrows. You've been through so much, and it's all my fault. Raven, I'm sorry. I couldn't hold it in, and all the tears came running down my face. I moved closer to Rhett until our faces were within centimeters. I looked him in those beautiful eyes of his and leaned in. He did the same. We kissed. Our first kiss. It was perfect. I could feel the sparks running through my whole body. The tingling just got worse as he rested his hands on my waist. I leaned in closer to him. This felt absolutely amazing. I pulled back from him and looked at him. Where is everybody else? I'm damn sure you didn't come by yourself. My mark glowed for 2 days straight to I'm positive that Tom is here. Yeah, Val, Cole, Stack, Tom, and Bree. They all came. See, Brisa knows some kid named Brandon here, so we were gonna go talk to him to see if he'd seen you be. Wait, Brandon. He's here. I know him. He's the one whose shoulder I broke on our date. He is actually pretty cool. I say, interrupting him, cool. They kidnapped you, Raven, and he's cool. That's crazy. Look, we need to get out of here. Well, I don't know how to get you out, boo. I soon got cut off, and in came Vince and Brandon. Brandon came and helped me up while Vince got Rhett. We enter a room I'm too familiar with. In the room I see Val, Cole, Stack, Tom, and Brisa. Brandon lets me go and Vince throws Rhett on the ground next to the rest of them. Brandon leaves and Vince mentions me to come over toward him and Justin. I do it. Justin, what's going on and why are my friends here? Well, you see, all I wanted was Rhett, but I got a lot more. I really don't care about them, just him. I want him to suffer as I did. I knew exactly what he was talking about. Rhett killed his mate, and I think I'm the only one that knows why. Look, I know why you're doing this, but it doesn't have to be like this. Justin, please. He never looked at me, not once, just told some guy to come. The guy came up behind me and took my hands. I looked at Justin, but he didn't pay any attention to me. The guy tied me to a chair. More guys came and tied my friends to a chair except Rhett. They left him on the floor. Before I could speak, Vince put tape over my mouth. I tried to get out of it, but I couldn't move. Justin then got up and walked toward Rhett. Rhett looked up at him and spoke. Do what you want with me, but please let them go. It's me you want. I couldn't believe he was just gonna give himself to Justin. Ha ha ha, how cute. I want them to see me do to you what you did to my mate. Everybody was now alert because they had no clue what was going on. Look, I have reasoning for what I did, so I regret nothing. When I asked you to leave and you didn't, I had to react. You did this to yourself. Wow, that's great, but as you see, I could care less now. All I want is for you to be dead. When he spoke those words, my wolf went insane, and my body started thrashing around so I could get loose, but it didn't work. I go hold her as still. I want her to see this, just like how I had to watch. Some guy came and held me down, but all that did was make it worse. He said he didn't want to harm me, but he's doing something that could break me and kill me in the end. I didn't know one man could hold on to a grudge for so long. The whole time all I wanted was for Brandon to come in and help me. If he saw me, he would be so upset right now. Don't do this in front of Raven, please. He pleaded. I'm sorry, but I have to. Let's see if she can be as strong as I was. He took a knife out of his pocket and put it to Rhett's face. Rhett looked so calm and unfazed. Justin took the knife and quickly ran it across Rhett's cheek. I wasn't able to do anything and it upset me. Rhett looked toward me and the look he gave was saying that he would be okay. Let's see how you feel about this. Unlike what you did to my mate, I'm gonna torture you till you can hold on no more. Justin said. He took the knife and stabbed it through Rhett's leg and then pulled it out. Rhett screamed out in pain and that sound filled my ear, and then I was trying to get out even more. Nothing worked. I didn't know what to do. I was trying so hard. My wolf had to get to the guy that is our mate. The guy who basically declared his feelings for me. I had to do something. Everybody else was thrashing and or crying. I can't cry, I'm too strong, I need to help him. Justin then takes the knife and stabs him in the other leg, just slightly above the thigh. I can hear his pants to help him breath from all the pain. There is so much blood. My wolf tells me if he stabs him again, she is taking over, and will give it her all to help him. If I let her gain control, I should be able to remember what happens afterward. Justin then takes the knife and cuts Rhett's shirt. The fabric falls off his body and onto the ground. He takes the blade and jabs it into stomach. That had did it for Cleo. Rhett's POV, I was tied up and bleeding. I have no clue how I'm still awake after this. I looked up and I saw Raven, her eyes turned a deep black, and somehow she got loose, something they weren't expecting. She got up and killed the guys holding our friends and let them loose. She had her canines and claws out. She had the same look in her eyes from when she killed Brad and that girl. Raven went toward a guy named Vince, and she grabbed him by the neck and threw him against the wall, breaking the door. Soon a guy came in. Raven. He said, Brandon, just go. Was all she said. She looked at him and walked toward Justin. She looked at him with so much hate. He drew his claws and canines and jumped on Raven. Cole and Tom helped untie me and carried me out the door. Brandon helped us get out the house and to a car. I was supposed to get in the car, but when they weren't looking, I went back into the house. I found the room and found Raven on top of him with her claws in his side. He had a bite mark in his shoulder and claw marks in his face. You said you wouldn't hurt me. You get me here to kill him in front of me and think I won't do anything about it. Like I told you before, you fucked with the wrong girl. I watched just as she was about to kill him. Before she could do anything else, I yelled her name. Raven. She looked at me and he swung at her and made her fly off him. He got up and came toward me. I was too weak to do anything, so I stood there. Now I can finish what I started. He said. I don't think you want to do that. I heard Raven say while stalking toward Justin. He turned around and kept swinging at her, but she kept dodging them. Raven ducked and then jabbed him in the gut with her fist. He fell to knees. She gave him a smirk so evil you would have thought she was the devil's baby sister. She knocked him in the face, making him pass out. She looked at me and at the moment I knew I was lucky to have a mate that could hold her own. About 5 minutes later Cole and Tom came in and picked him up and put him in the trunk. Raven helped me to the car, but she never got into the car. She shifted and ran all the way home. She was already in her house when we all got there. Nobody went to talk to Raven. She never left her room. Tom and I went home not knowing if we really should. I now realize that I do need her, and she's all that matters. Different side of me. Raven's POV. I have had a crazy week, shall I say? Well, actually I haven't really said anything. Since we all came home it's been quiet. Everybody is sorta avoiding me. They only talk to me when it has to do with the pack. I haven't seen Rhett since that night. By the way, it's been 3 days since then. I don't know if I should go talk to him or not. Don't get me wrong, I'm still pissed at him, there's no changing that, but the fact that I started to like him and then find this out. He knew. My own best friend knew and still didn't tell me. I understand that it's hard, but when you're dealing with an alpha female with anger issues it's hard to tell them something a secret you've kept for so long. I get that, but you can't keep important stuff like that to yourself. To be honest, I would like to see where this goes, but I don't know how it would work. Not to be cocky, but I'm much stronger and level-minded than Rhett. He might be strict and an ass, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, I even get along with the older alphas. They think it's okay to have an alpha female, as for Rhett he doesn't. I know now that me and him are mates, but I just don't think that we should be. Maybe. IDK. It's too much really. I have a lot on my mind right now. I have been in my office all day. I would like to go downstairs, but I feel like everybody will just not pay any attention. If I have to I will go all alpha on them and make them pay attention. I might be nice, but I do what I have to. Knock knock knock. I get up to go answer my office door, and when I open I don't see anything. I was about to close it when I feel something on my leg. I look down and I see Holland. Hey there baby girl, I say while picking her up, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be with your mama? Did you really crawl all the way here? She looked up at me and stuck her finger in her mouth while wrapping her other arm around my neck. I guess someone needs a nap her. Well, let's go sit down. We go sit in my office chair, and she automatically cuddles into me. You know, Holland, I've been through a lot of stuff as an alpha. You don't even know what that word means, but still. I have, and someday I don't know how to feel. I a while ago found my mate baby girl, but he ran from me. That guy was Rhett. Yes, that mean man that comes over and bothers us. Ha ha ha. He and I are supposed to be together forever, but it's hard. I looked for him and I found him, but I feel like the hardest part in this whole thing is finding myself. I look down at her, and she's sound asleep griping onto my shirt while still sucking on her thumb. I hope that I one day have a bunch of kids that I adore, as much as I adore her. She's so sweet and so calm. I now know that once I find out who I want to be I'll finally find myself. I sit there for a while longer until I fall asleep myself. Rhett's POV. So Cole, what do you think I should do? It's been 2 days and she still hasn't talked to any of us. I say, well dude, I don't know. Raven is her own person, and she'll talk when she is ready to. Cole say, I know he's right, but I just wanna go and see her. Maybe me and her could leave the past in the past and focus on the future. Rhett, dude, you sound like a sap. You're an alpha. Yes, we want our mate, but you can't be all emotional right now. We have to focus on the important thing, which is she's upset, and we need to be the strong alpha she needs beside her. You're right, Rex. I need to be strong. That's what she needs right now. Rhett? Cole yells at me. Dude, I've called you like 4 times and you weren't paying attention. What will you think about? Oh, I zoned out. My bad. Yeah, well, if you still think you should go see her, you can come with me home. I think this is something I need to do. I need to be the bigger man. Raven is always the one to come and talk first. She's so different. We walk to Raven's and see everybody else outside playing around and talking outside. Cole walks over to his mate and I walk inside the house. I see some of the mated females talking amongst themselves talking. I guess all these people here were rouges like Raven. She really is an amazing person to do such things. I say hello to all of them and head up the stairs to see if Raven is up there. I first go to her room, but she wasn't there. I looked around the room until I see my shirt on her floor. It brings back memories of that night. Raven had me on the wall and was touching me in a way that I couldn't handle. I felt the sparks everywhere that she touched. I left and went to her office. I walked in and saw Raven sitting in her chair with a baby in her arms, them both sleep. I walk over to them and pull out my phone and take a quick picture. They look so peaceful. I don't want to wake them up, so I guess I should leave. As I'm about to leave, I hear the baby making a whining noise. I don't really deal with babies. I was around them when young, but never paid any attention to them. If she gets any louder, she'll wake Raven. Well, I guess you better pick her up, dumbass. She's just a baby, not even one yet. You can do it. You will have to when you have kids yourself. Now stop being a wimp and get the baby. I walk over to her, and she looks up at me and was about to start crying. I picked her up and started to bounce her around. It's okay. I won't hurt you. I say, going to sit down. She stops and looks at me confused. She must not know who I am. Well, I'm Rhett. I say, like she's gonna talk back to me. She then starts to cry. I have no clue what to do. No, please don't cry. I won't hurt you, I'm a nice guy. She calms down a bit, and so I go with something that my dad said that he did when I cried. I looked at her and made a funny face. She laughed, and so I made more, and then I started making funny noises until she was giggling like a gremlin. We walked downstairs and we saw Shane. Oh, hey Shane. The girl wiggled away to Shane. Hey Rhett. I see you've met my daughter, Holland. Yeah, she was asleep with Raven. Is she usually like that with her? I ask. Yeah. Holland loves being around her and Raven feels the same. Me and my mate have no problem with it. She's our alpha, there's nothing wrong with her and Holland not spending time together. I mean, Holland is named after Raven after all. That's right. Her middle name is Holland. So were you two talking, or she still asleep? He says she's still asleep. I left so me and Holland wouldn't wake her up. Oh, okay, well maybe you should go wake her up. She hasn't talked to any of us about anything but pack work. She just stays in her office. He says I take his advice and I go back upstairs to go see her. I walk through the door, but she gone. I guess she woke up, maybe she went to her room. Raven. I say as I enter her room. It's me, Rhett. Are you in here? The bathroom door then opens and she walks out and looks at me. She has a towel wrapped around her and her hair is wet. She stood there and never said anything, just stared. What are you doing here, Rhett? She says bluntly, well, I came to see you. Is that a problem? Yes, it is. She states. Well, too bad. I want to talk to you. It won't take long, I just want to get something off my chest. I look at her and I hope she takes what I say seriously. I think we should try this. I know not everything went the way we wanted, but it did. Now I think we can push the past behind us and walk forward. I'm willing to try if you are. I really think yes. She says, cutting me off. What? Did she say really say yes? She is willing to try. Yes. I think we should try this too, but I don't want anybody to be all in our business. So kinda like a secret love affair sorta. Exactly. I just ask you keep me. How do I say it? Feeling like you're mysterious. Also I like PDA so. She giggles. That fine with me as long as you don't try and kill me again. Deal, she says. Days like this really make all the bad days seem like nothing, they all fade away. After leaving Raven's house, all I could do was think about how she was going to try and make this work for the both of us. I couldn't be any happy. I think I should take her out on a real date this time, though nothing too shabby, hopefully she likes it. Maybe take her to a place I know she would have fun. We could bring Holland along just so things won't be awkward. Or not. I think you should just take her to a place where she can be free. Why, no, you guys can run around and stuff like when we go on pack runs, except more EEE. Romantic Rhett. That's a great idea, let's just hope she will be okay with that. Raven's POV. It now is around 4 a.m, and I can't seem to get any sleep. Everyone here are quietly tucked into their beds next to their mates, or at least to someone, and here I am, tossing and turning trying to get comfy, but it's not working. I think I just need to go out for a bit. A run would be nice. Maybe we can visit our old hideout den. I would love to go sleep outside for a bit, sounds more relaxing. I did just that. Sneaking outside so I would wake anybody. I go toward the backyard. I strip from my clothes and run into the forest, shifting. I ran as fast as my legs would let me. This feeling was like no other. Having the wind blowing my fur, and smelling so many new smells, it was like heaven. I run toward where my old den is, and it's just how I left it. The last time I was actually in here I was kidnapped and taken to Rhett's. Those were the good old days. Now it's no longer like that. We all sorta have peace, you could say. I exit my den and head west just to run some more. I keep running until I hit the busy part of our area, at the edge of the woods. There are barely no people, but there is one person. A male. He looks like Rhett from the side, but way more dark and intriguing. I can't help but stare at him as the light hit his face perfectly. I guess he felt something staring at him, and he turned around to face me. I could no longer see his face. I backed away a bit into the dark, so he couldn't see me, but for some reason it's like he saw right through me. I felt like he was looking right at me. Straight into my soul. I couldn't take it no more, and I turned and ran away. I ran back to my den, and before going in I stand in the light of the moon and howled. I go inside and I lay down and fall asleep to the sound of nature and all of its creatures. I wake up to the sound of running. I come out to find Shane and Val. They are in wolf form, sniffing the air for something. Guys, what are you doing? I ask them. We thought something had happened to you when you weren't in your room this morning. Shane said worriedly, I'm fine. I couldn't sleep last night. We better get going, I need to go out today. I told them, and with that we went home. When we got home, the first thing I did was shower. I let the warm water hit my body. I washed my hair and decided to sit in the tub. My mind drifted off back to this morning. That guy, it's like he knew we were there. I've never seen him before, but there was something different about him, but IDK what? He looked like he knew me, but all he did was stare. I don't think I could ever forget what happened. I hadn't realized how long I was in the shower, but I know it had to be a while. I got out and went to my closet to get my undergarments and pick out an outfit for today. After putting them on, I went and did my hair. I then went downstairs, see my pack members all talking. Good afternoon. Alpha, hello Alpha, how are you Alpha? Is what was thrown at me when I got down there. I acknowledged everyone and went and sat down on the couch with Holland's mom. We had talked for a while until I got ready to leave for today. I went to Rhett's house, and when I got there I smelled a way to familiar scent. I ran and I saw him. Brandon. I yelled. He turned and he had the biggest smile on his face. Raven. OMG, I've missed you, he says, pulling me into his arms tightly. I thought you left me for good. I say, never that, girly. I mean, I have nowhere to go since Justin is dead now. Rhett killed him a few days ago, and well, my brother is gone, so. Why I know, ha. I then think back to me fighting Justin. I don't like seeing myself get like that, but my wolf has gotten attached to Rhett even though he hasn't marked me yet. Oh well, why I know you're more than welcome to stay with me if you want. I'm always down with having my friends join me. He looks at me like he's having a hard time thinking if he should or not. Ha, of course. I would love to. You really are great. Well, thanks. Well, I need to see Rhett. Is he here? I ask. Yeah, he should be in his office. He says. I leave Brandon and I go toward Rhett's front door. I knock and Tom answers. Hey little sis. He says, hugging me. Hey bro, is Rhett around? I ask him. Yeah, he's in his office. I walked up the stairs and went to his office. He was pacing around on the phone. Something about him looked different today. He was his normal self, raising his voice out of anger through the phone, having that look that says I'm pissed the fuck off, but his aura was weird in a good way. He seemed so relaxed and confident through the anger and stress. It's like he's changing himself for me. Could I do the same? Maybe there is a different side to me. Don't miss the next chapter in Raven's Tale. Subscribe and hit the notification bell to howl with us.